A 22-year-old woman is on trial for a murder allegedly committed during what should have been one of the happiest periods of her life. Prosecutors say Jordan Graham is a cold-blooded killer who shoved her brand new husband off of a cliff. She, meanwhile, is mounting a rather unusual defense. Here's ABC's Ryan Owens with our series, Crime and Punishment.
Only two people know what happened atop a cliff at one of this country's most picturesque national parks. One of them is 25-year-old Cody Johnson. He's dead. The other, his 22-year-old bride, Jordan Graham.
Do you want to say anything about how the trial's going so far?
The trial has become something of a tabloid sensation, and why not? It's the story of young love and an even younger marriage, just 8 days, that ended with a bride pushing her husband off a cliff. The story even seems to have its own soundtrack. Listen to the lyrics of the song that was the couple's first dance. The song, called You're Mine, written by Elizabeth Shea at the request of a woman who prosecutors say murdered her husband a week after saying I do. So how did Till Death Do Us Part end up as death at the bottom of this cliff?
When Cody told me that he was going to propose to Jordan, I wasn't real supportive of it because I didn't feel like they had a strong relationship. He said basically this is what he wanted to do. He wanted our support, but I did have conversation with him saying that I think he should, reconsider.
Cody's best friend Cameron Fredrickson testified today. In fact, for the last 3 days, Cody's closest friends have lined up to testify against the woman they never wanted him to marry. But in their quest to prove Jordan committed first-degree murder, prosecutors have turned to some surprising witnesses. Jordan's maid of honor.
Tell us what it was like to see her.
Even her teary-eyed stepbrother. FBI agents say on July 7th, Jordan shoved her new husband face first off this cliff and into a stream at Montana's Glacier National Park. The medical examiner says he found no sign of a wedding ring on Cody or in the water. Prosecutors believe she blindfolded him and pushed him with both hands. Her motive? Prosecutors say she'd gotten cold feet about her marriage, that after 8 days she just didn't love her new husband anymore and wasn't interested in having sex with him. Kim Martinez was Jordan's maid of honor and testified against her one-time best friend. She told the jury she got this text from the bride 1 day after the wedding. Totally just had a meltdown. I'm completely second-guessing everything right now. And these texts in the days that followed. I should be happy and I'm just not. If I tell him how I'm really feeling, it's going to break his heart. Prosecutors say instead of telling him how she felt, she pushed him 200 feet to his death. Then they say she engaged in an elaborate cover-up for 4 days, while her husband's body lay face down in a stream at the base of that cliff. Even Jordan's defense attorneys told the jury she wove a web of lies.
Jordan Graham has made a lot of statements to the police. She lied and she lied until she finally admitted she pushed him. The prosecution is going to use all of her false statements to law enforcement to prove what's called consciousness of guilt.
The jury has seen 2 police interrogations where Jordan insisted her husband disappeared after going on a joyride with friends. Jurors have read an email Jordan allegedly sent herself from a fake account, pretending to be a friend of Cody's. That email read in part, "Hello, Jordan. My name is Tony. There is no bother in looking for Cody anymore. He's gone. So call off the missing persons report. Cody is for sure gone." But Jordan kept searching, even recruiting her own family to look for a man she knew exactly where to find. Jordan's 16-year-old stepbrother Michael broke down on the stand when questioned by his big sister's defense attorney. "Are you mad at Jordan?" "Not so much anymore, but at first, yes." "Why?" "She could have just told us the truth, but she had to keep adding more lies to cover up." That provoked his sister to cry too. The first hint of emotion Jordan has shown during this trial. In fact, the young bride's lack of emotion, lack of tears, has been a key issue in the case. Her own maid of honor testified that during a prayer service they held for Cody 2 days after his death, she looked amazing, like she just got done at the spa. She wasn't upset at all. Other friends noticed too. Everyone was crying except for his new bride.
Seeing her fairly normal, it was really upsetting, and it made me think that the only person who's going to feel that way is someone who has the comfort of knowing what has happened, or even some kind of information about what has happened.
Park rangers testified her steely demeanor didn't change even when she finally told them where to locate Cody's body. One ranger testified he asked her how she knew where to locate him in such a massive park. He says she calmly replied, it was a place he wanted to see before he died. Defense attorneys say their young client is just shy and misunderstood. They say what happened on top of that cliff was a horrific accident and nothing more.
The government, has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she premeditated this and that it was with malice aforethought.
In their opening statement, Jordan's lawyer told this jury the young bride pushed her husband in self-defense, that Cody grabbed Jordan's arm during an argument and she just pushed him away. They say all the lies that followed were just sophomoric attempts to cover up because she was afraid no one would let her explain what really happened. Cody's friends say they are hoping for justice.
The biggest thing that I want people to know about Cody is something that I would say most people strive for. The personality and just the whole person that he was. Completely selfless, would always go out of his way, would always be there to help you.
In a matter of days, it will be up to the jury to decide if Jordan Graham is a cold-blooded killer or a young widow whose 8-day marriage ended in a tragic accident. I'm Ryan Owens for Nightline in Missoula, Montana.